Yo guys, we've just been treated to a new track in F122. Well, I say new, but it is actually just the track that was in last year's game, and I'm pretty sure it's pretty unchanged in F122. But nonetheless, we have a new track in the form of Portimao, Portugal to mess around with, so I thought I'd spend the day creating a decent car setup for it. This is a track which we should all be pretty familiar with from last year's game, and it's a pretty unusual track to say the least. It features a lot of undulation change and long sweeping corners with strange braking zones, but once you get back into the groove of racing around here, it is an extremely fun track. Now, this car setup is built to focus on one thing, and that is rear stability. You'll see that in action at every point in this setup, and if you've tried to go round turn 4 with full throttle or anywhere close to full throttle with the default setups, you'll know exactly why rear stability is important. But before I jump into the setup itself, I actually wanted to show you guys the new official sim racing setup F122 livery. This is something I've been creating and working on over the past week or two, and it's the livery that I'll be using if I do a My Team Career Mode series. I played about with a lot of different design concepts and colourways, focusing heavily on the red colour that you'll see all over our website and YouTube channel. However, the red for me was a little overdone, with many cars using it in their liveries, so I opted for a day glow yellow-green colour, which I actually really like. I think it looks fantastic on Hamilton's Mercedes this year, and you'll see some inspiration from the Mercedes as well as the old Vodafone McLarens from the mid-2000s in the shiny metallic silver base coat. But I won't take up too much time talking about this livery, so let me know in the comments below. Do you like the livery, and would you like to see a full My Team Career Mode series once the setups are complete? But now let's jump into the Portimao setup. I've gone with a heavily rear focused setup to improve rear stability. The aero set to 18 at the front and 27 at the rear. This setup strikes a good balance between excellent rear stability and straight line speed. With this setup I could actually gain on the AI without using DRS and ERS. Next, for the transmission, I've gone for a low on throttle diff to aid traction out of some of the slow corners such as turns 3, 5 and 11. And I've opted for 50 on the off throttle diff to reduce some of the understeer that's inherent in a rear focused aero setup. For the suspension geometry, I've gone far right on the front camber, minus 1.7 on the rear camber, 0.06 on the front toe and 0.23 on the rear toe. And again, the reason I haven't gone right, left is purely to help with stability through corners such as turns 4 and 11. For the suspension, I'm running the rear of the car as soft as I can and the front suspension anti-roll bars a little stiffer. Go with 4, 1, 8, 1 and then opt for 6 and 5 on the ride height. You simply have to go this high to stop your car from bottoming out during some of the bigger hills and bumps in this track. Go with 100% on the brake pressure and 50% on the brake bias, nothing new there. And then for your tyres, I found the perfect balance of performance and tyre longevity to be 23.0 and 22.8 on the front tyres and 21.3 on both rears. I've offset the front tyre pressures as the left takes a lot more punishment than the right around Portimao. And that will do it for our F122 car setup for Portugal. As always, let me know in the comments what you think of both this car setup and on this track being added to F122. Commenting really helps the YouTube algorithm and helps get this video in front of others that may not have been recommended it. Also, let me know your thoughts on the livery, which I think is pretty killer, and whether you would watch a realistic My Team series. And please smash that like button if you like the setup and subscribe for more F122 content. But for now guys, enjoy the track, enjoy this setup, and I'll see you out there.